Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to cover a very important SQL interview question which has been asked in the interviews again and again. So let's start. So the problem is we have been given this table which is having ID and student name, okay, and the question is we need to write a SQL query to swap the ID of every two consecutive students, okay. So here you can see in the table, right, we have some IDs, okay. So what we need to do, we need to swap the ID of every two consecutive student, okay. So as you can see here, right, here we have the first two IDs as 1 2. So these are two consecutive IDs, okay. So what I need to do, I need to swap the first value with the second value and the second value with the first value, okay. So basically what we need to do, let me just copy it, okay. So what I need to do, I need to replace this 1 with 2, okay, and this 2 with 1, okay. Similarly we will have to do this for this next two consecutive IDs, okay. So just second, let me just highlight it, okay. So first we did for this, okay, we replace 1 with 2 and then 2 with 1, okay, and similarly for the next two IDs we have to do the same thing, okay. So here you can see, right, I will replace 3 with 4 and 4 with 3, okay. Similarly for the next two IDs we will do the same, okay. So 5 will become 6 and 6 will become 5, okay. And there is one more condition in the question, if the number of rows is odd, okay, the last row should remain unchanged, okay. So here you can see, right, how many rows we have. We have total 7 row, right, and the last row is a odd row, right, it is not even, right. So we don't want to touch the, if the number of rows are odd, then we don't want to touch the last row, okay. So this will remain same, okay. So basically this should be my output, okay. So how can we solve this question, okay. So there are many ways to solve this question, okay. So in today's video we are going to solve this using the case statement, okay. So to solve this question we require three things, okay. So the first condition is that we should check the how many rows we have in our table, okay, because then only we can decide whether we want to change the ID of the last row or not, okay. So the first condition is we will check whether how many rows we have in our table, okay, and the second condition is we will check if the row is odd, okay. So basically what I want to do, I want to add one value. Here you can see, right, my first value it is 1, right, and it is odd, right. So now to get the next value I should add 1, right. So basically I will have the second condition, wherever I will have odd row I will add 1 to that, okay, and the third condition will be for the even row, okay. So wherever I will have even row I will subtract the value by 1. Here you can see, right, 2 will become 1, okay. Similarly 3 become 4 and 4 become 3, okay. So I hope you are able to get it, okay. So now let me go to the database and we will solve the question there, okay. So I already have this table created, okay. I will put the create table statement, insert table installer into my YouTube video description so that you can practice the same, okay. So you can see I already have the table created, okay. So now let's try to solve this question, okay. So as I told you, for the first condition we will check how many rows we have in our table, okay. So I will write case this statement, okay, and I will check when id equals to, we will check what is the max id in our table, okay, max of id from table, okay. So basically what this will give me, it will give me the maximum id that we have in our table. So in our case right now we have 7 as the max id, right. So we will get 7, okay. So after getting the id I will check, and id I will check whether it is odd or even, okay. How can we check odd or even? We can do %2, right. If it is divided by 2 then it will give me 0. If it is giving me remainder 1 then it is odd, right. So here I want to check whether it is odd or not, okay. Then I will keep it as id because I don't want to change the value of the odd row, right, if it is a last row, okay. The second condition is what I will do, I will check for, we will now view, so the first condition this was for the last row, okay. Let me just comment it, okay, so that you don't get confused. Last row check, okay. So here we first, what we did, we are first checking what is the max value of the id column, okay. So it will give me 7, okay. Then I am checking whether it is odd or not, okay. If it is odd then I want to keep it same, okay, I don't want to change the value, okay. So that's what we are doing here, okay. In the next condition, what I will do, I will apply the condition for the odd row. Okay, so I will say when id %2 equals to 1. Okay, so basically when I have the odd row, odd id, then what I want to do, I want to add 1, right, so that I can swap the value, right. Then I want id plus 1. Okay, and in else what I can say, else, so let me just comment out the first one, check for odd row. Okay, and this else condition will be for the even row. Okay, else what I will do, I will keep id minus 1. Okay, and this is for even row. Okay, I hope you are able to get it. Okay, and I will say and as swap id. Okay, let's call it swapped id. Okay, so now let me just execute it and see are we getting the correct output or not. So you can see here, right, we are able to swap the IDs, right. So 1 became 2, 2 became 1, and 3 became 4, 4 became 3. Similarly 5 became 6 and 6 became 5, and the last row was odd row, so that's why we don't wanted to change the value. Okay, so that's why it is 7. Okay, so I hope you are able to get it. Okay, so I hope I was able to cover this question. Okay, if you like the video, then please subscribe to my channel, like the video and comment it. Okay, we will meet in the next video with some interesting SQL interview question. Till then, goodbye and thank you.